today, and we are all gathered here to just listen to his final farewell speech to the public. Welcome, Honorable.
Thank you. Leo ni siku yangu ya lanyo kwa Kotiko kama Chief Jatiko. Na wapenda wote na Allah atatu bless tu sana. Mtaniachia ni malo na goso. All protocols observed, colleagues and compatriots. 5 years ago I stood on these steps. It's raining, so we couldn't get to the steps of the Supreme Court building and promised Kenyans that I was assuming the leadership of the judiciary in order to reclaim its independence and have it play its crucial role in midwifing a nascent constitution. When I joined the judiciary 5 years ago, I had no idea how remarkable those years would turn out to be. I want to thank you for the support that the judiciary, what's another? What happened? So, okay. Sorry. No, I'll just remove this one. Yeah, sorry about that. I want to thank you for the support that the judiciary, family and Kenyans have given me during my tenure as Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya. There have been many successes that we have achieved together as we strove to implement our ambitious but forward-looking judiciary transformation framework. We sought to lay the foundations for a transformed judiciary, aware that even though 5 short years would not be enough to complete the job, they would, however, be long enough to start the journey. And we have done well. The gains that we have made have been a product of collective enterprise. The challenges that abound and the journey that remains will only be overcome through collective action and the eternal vigilance by the judiciary, the bar, and the general public. Transformation has been about significant internal reorganization, which is not too visible to the public, but has a big bearing on the quality of our service to them, and external reorientation in the way we relate with the public, making the institution more sensitive, accountable, and service-oriented. We have improved staff welfare by doubling or in some cases even tripling salaries, promoted staff that had stagnated for years, developed and implemented several management policies, increased and democratized the budget-making process, made resource sharing more open, scientific and equitable, embraced data as a tool for measuring performance and making policy decisions, opened new courts and improved access to justice, recruited more magistrates, qadis, registrars, and judicial staff, opened up training opportunities for all cadres of the staff, including the revival of the Judiciary Training Institute, invested in better working conditions through infrastructure expansion. We have also reduced case backlog, made the judiciary more friendly, generated several administration of justice policies, and importantly, the judiciary has reclaimed and asserted its independence, and we have now succeeded in having the Judiciary Fund Act enacted. These gains can only be denied by those who wish the judiciary ill, or those that are interested in turning back the clock of time to a judiciary that public viewed with suspicion and scorn, and one where there was intimidation, victimization, and disempowerment of colleagues. Transformation has been a process of reimagination of a new institution, a creation of a new institutional model in terms of its ethos, practices, confidence, and ambition. 5 years ago, we were an institution that excelled in tradition and stability. Today, we have kept and glorified the great traditions and practices that serve the people of Kenya, those that animate the Constitution, and we have solidified those traditions that affirm our human dignity as workers in the judiciary. But today, we have also ruptured those traditions and practices that celebrated the dehumanization of some of our colleagues and our clients, the court users. We have also established new traditions and practices that glorify excellence, norms that celebrate teamwork and the innovation for justice, activities that accentuate our humanity and purposefulness as one judiciary committed to administer justice for all. The foundations have been laid, but I'm not deluded to think that the war has been won or that the journey is completed. Far from it. Even as we laid this foundation, we were aware that there were many termites at work that sought to destroy our institution and abort our progress. And so far, they have failed. Friends, these forces will not simply fade away if we do not stand up to them. It's up to all of you who will now remain in the judiciary and the Kenyans who are invested in the judiciary that delivers to stop the termites and encourage and glorify those who embrace transformation. And as I said long ago, this transformation is not mine. It's for Kenya and for Kenyans. It's also for you, judiciary employees and your children. Transformation must be defended by your sweat, tears, and blood. Otherwise, the gains we have made internally and externally will be overrun by regressive forces, many of which we have neutralized at every turn in the last 5 years. I wish the judiciary well in the next phase of judicial transformation, a phase that should be characterized by a radical and rapid business process re-engineering of our operations now that the broad strategic framework has been spelled and rolled out. And for you to succeed, you must invest in winning public confidence and deepening public accountability, fighting and resisting corruption, and paying attention to evidence and data in your operations. This has been a wonderful journey, and as one leader said, the life of humanity or institutions is one large story, and what each one of us tries to do is merely to get our paragraph right. And this is my paragraph of a judiciary more independent and more humane, one that has defended the Constitution, expanded access to justice, one that has reduced case backlog, including some cases that had been in the system for over 30 years, one that has invested in massive infrastructure, one that has unflinchingly fought corruption, even as corruption, sisterhood, and brotherhood have activated their solidarities in other arenas, and one that is accountable, open, and responsible to the public, as well as to its employees. And I begin another paragraph. I wish to announce that as I exit the judiciary, I've just been appointed by the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, the Right Honorable Patricia Scotland QC, as a Commonwealth Special Envoy to the Maldives, to try and bring the political leadership there together and to aid in the process of constitutional and the political transition. The overarching mandate is to support a sustainable political dialogue process leading to a strong climate of pluralism, inclusive elections in 2018, and to encourage strengthening of democratic institutions and a culture in the Maldives. I've accepted this request and note, rather disturbingly, that here in my motherland, if the political leadership of this country is not self-restrained, if they do not rise above the parochial, ethnic, and jingoistic politics, as long as they frown upon dialogue and continue to maintain bigotry rather than ideology as the fuel and the framework of politics, we risk everything that we have put in to build this country. It's my hope that the judiciary will continue to play its rightful role to secure our constitution and deepen our nationhood. I leave behind a versatile, confident, competent, collective leadership in the institution, and you can see it behind me, which has confronted every challenge thrown its way with the resolve and finality. Honorable Justice Mohammed Ibrahim will preside the Supreme Court pursuant to Section 6, subsection 2 of the Supreme Court Act. The Court of Appeal will be overseen by the President of that court, Honorable Justice Paul Kiara Kariuki. Ibrahim is here. And the High Court will be under the leadership of the Principal Judge of the High Court, who is here, Honorable Justice Richard Mongo. The Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, who is the Administrative and Accounting Officer of the Judiciary, Ms. Anna Madi, is here, remains in charge as the Accounting Officer and the Chief Administrator of the Judiciary. This team constitutes the Judiciary Leadership Advisory Council and will offer directions on the operations of each court. The judiciary could not have been in a crisis when every court in the country, including the Supreme Court, was sitting every day to do what the judiciary is supposed to do, hear and determine disputes. The task of managing the transition rests with the Judicial Service Commission, and some of the members are here, a task it is so overwhelmingly qualified to execute, and for which it has already debated and prepared a comprehensive transition plan. So, my final word is, as Kenyans, those paragraphs I read at the end is to abuse yourselves of the notion that the Chief Justice is the judiciary and the judiciary is the Chief Justice. Thank you very much.